Welcome to the review of the 2026 Suzuki Mehran. Yes, you heard that right, the iconic budget car that's back in the spotlight. For years, the Mehran was a symbol of basic, affordable motoring in countries like Pakistan, and now in 2026, it has made a surprising return. In this detailed video, we're diving deep into everything you need to know about the new Suzuki Mehran, its features, performance, design, and the reasoning behind its comeback in a market that's increasingly dominated by hybrids, electric vehicles, and high-tech systems. Let's start with a bit of context. The original Suzuki Mehran was discontinued in 2019 after decades of production. Loved for its simplicity, hated for the same reason, it had become somewhat of a cult classic. But the new 2026 version isn't just a revival, it's a modern reinterpretation of a legend. Suzuki has clearly aimed to retain the original Mehran's affordability while updating it just enough to meet modern standards, both mechanically and aesthetically. From the outside, the new Mehran still carries the familiar boxy silhouette that we all remember, but with subtle changes that make it more relevant today. It now features sharper headlamps with integrated LEDs, a slightly wider grille with a minimalistic chrome accent, and a smoother bumper design. The overall proportions are still compact, perfect for congested city roads, but the design tweaks make it look far more refined than the older model. Suzuki has also added 13-inch alloy wheels in the higher-end variant, which is a nice touch, giving the car a slightly sportier stance. One of the most noticeable upgrades in the 2026 Mehran is the interior. The dashboard is completely redesigned, though it remains simple and functional. You'll now find a dual-tone theme, gray with black accents, and Suzuki has finally added basic creature comforts that were missing before. We're talking power steering, power windows in the front, central locking, and even a basic infotainment system with Bluetooth connectivity and USB support. The analog instrument cluster has been slightly updated as well. It's still not digital, but it's clearer, more informative, and just feels better to look at. In terms of space, the new Mehran remains a compact hatchback, but Suzuki has slightly optimized the cabin layout. Legroom is still tight in the rear for taller passengers, but the front seats are a lot more comfortable now. The seat cushioning has been improved, and fabric quality feels a bit more premium compared to the hard, flat surfaces of the past. The boot space remains limited, as expected, but Suzuki has included foldable rear seats to allow for more luggage if needed. Now let's talk performance. The 2026 Suzuki Mehran is powered by a newly developed 800cc, 3-cylinder FE engine. Yes, it's still an 800cc engine, but it's now Euro 5 compliant and features electronic fuel injection instead of the old carburetor system. That means better fuel efficiency, lower emissions, and smoother power delivery. The engine produces around 42 horsepower and is mated to a 5-speed manual transmission. There's no automatic variant, at least not yet, which is kind of in line with the Mehran's identity as a simple, low-cost car. Driving the new Mehran is surprisingly better than expected. It's still not a fast car, and it wasn't meant to be, but the improved suspension setup and better sound insulation make it a more comfortable drive than its predecessor. Handling is light and predictable, perfect for urban use. The turning radius is excellent, which means maneuvering through tight city streets or making U-turns is easy. The clutch is softer, and the gearbox feels more refined, though it's still a bit notchy at times. When it comes to safety, Suzuki has finally made some much-needed improvements. The 2026 Mehran now includes dual front airbags, ABS brakes, seatbelt reminders, and a reinforced body shell that meets basic crash test standards. While it's still not on par with international hatchbacks, it's a massive improvement over the old Mehran, which had almost no safety features at all. This change alone makes the car more appealing to younger drivers and small families who need a budget-friendly yet safer option. Fuel economy is another strong point. Suzuki claims around 20 to 22 km per liter in city driving and even more on the highway. In real-world testing, users are reporting anywhere between 18 to 21 km per liter depending on traffic conditions and driving habits. That puts the Mehran back in the game for budget-conscious drivers who want the lowest possible cost of ownership. Speaking of budget, the pricing is what really sets the 2026 Mehran apart. Suzuki has launched it with a price tag that starts significantly lower than most other hatchbacks in its category. The base variant lacks some of the creature comforts, but it's incredibly affordable. The mid and top-tier variants offer a balanced mix of features and price, targeting both the entry-level buyer and those looking for a little more comfort without breaking the bank. Maintenance is another area where the new Mehran continues the legacy of its predecessor. Suzuki has designed the car to be as easy to service as possible. Parts are widely available, affordable, and the engine bay is simple enough for most local mechanics to understand. This DIY-friendly nature means you won't be spending a fortune on keeping the car running, even over the long term. The new Mehran also reflects a change in strategy for Suzuki. Instead of focusing only on high-end or hybrid vehicles, they're making a statement that there's still room for basic, functional transportation, especially in developing markets. There's a growing demand for cheap mobility, especially among first-time car buyers, students, and small business owners. Suzuki knows this segment well, and the new Mehran is a direct answer to that demand. It's worth mentioning that Suzuki has added some modern touches as optional upgrades, like reverse sensors, a rear camera, and even a digital navigation screen in the top-end variant. These aren't groundbreaking features by today's standards, but for a car that once didn't even have a rear defogger, they're a big step forward. So who is the 2026 Suzuki Mehran for? If you're someone who's looking for a no-nonsense, fuel-efficient, city-friendly car that won't empty your wallet, this is it. If you're a student, a small family, or someone buying their first car, the Mehran is once again a very solid choice. It's not flashy, it's not high-tech, but it does what it's meant to do, and it does it reliably. In conclusion, the 2026 Suzuki Mehran is a nostalgic comeback with a practical mindset. Suzuki didn't try to reinvent the wheel, they just made it more balanced, more efficient, safer, and still within reach of the average buyer. For many, this car is more than just transportation, it's a piece of history, reborn. And now, with better features and a modern touch, the Mehran is ready to start a new chapter in urban mobility. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What do you think of the new Mehran? Would you buy